This is the time of year when many people get a big influx of cash thanks to their tax refund. So what will you do with that money and any other assets you may be sitting on? So, certified financial analyst Stephen Wilson is here with some advice. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks, Valanda.
First, you say we need to determine what our goals are.
That's right. And before I do that, I want to thank you for having me. I know you have a passion for financial literacy.
Yes.
Otherwise, that is the only reason you would have me follow those beautiful models with the fashions available at Belk. So I hope this won't be a letdown.
Well, we need to manage our money so that we can afford to buy all those beautiful dresses, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But Valanda, you're right. So the first thing really with any big task in life and financial security is a big task is to set specific goals.
Yes.
Measurable goals, attainable goals, relevant, and time-bound. And it's a great little acronym, SMART.
Okay.
And we can type it in the search engine and see what that really means. Most of us have this idea that we want to have wealth. Mm-hmm. But wealth is comprised of a lot of short-term decisions and short-term goals that need to be very specific. And they need to be measured goals. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, they have to be attainable. Not everyone is going to be the model we saw on the stage earlier by working out. But we can all make meaningful, attainable goals. Mm-hmm. They have to be relevant to our lives, too, and they have to have a certain time limit. We can't say 50 years out. Yeah. That's not the way to plan a life.
That's not realistic.
It's not. And so one way you can do this effectively is with a shepherd, if you will, and it can be a financial advisor. And I think sometimes we have to identify what a financial advisor is and is not. We
need to also determine whether we need a wealth expert, hire a wealth expert or a life management expert. Can you define what the two are?
Absolutely. And Valanda, I know you've done so many wonderful stories on My Carolina today that have probably even talked about things like household organization and cash management. A lot of those things are the items we need to salt down and take care of first before we can really even move into wealth management. Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, if someone has a workplace retirement plan, they need to maximize their pre-tax savings. That's going to do a few things just from the get-go. It's going to first maximize their savings. It's going to reduce their taxes. And a lot of us don't realize this, but the assets we have in a workplace retirement plan are protected from creditors. So I look at that as a triage type step, an initial step. So maximize pre-tax savings is the first thing you can do. Once you're doing that and find that comfort level that you can have, you probably then want to build up a little cash reserve. Don't have it involved in anything other than a banking product.
And so that you can easily get to.
Absolutely. And then at that point, probably that's the first time you really need to start talking to someone who can give you some wealth management advice. But before you get there, you might need some life management that helps you organize your day, help pay your bills in a timely manner, make sure that you're doing some of the basics of life that are the key to wealth before you even have that wealth manager in your life.
Are there life managers? I've heard of
there are.
Coaches, but are there people you can hire that are life managers?
They really are, and it's interesting. And some of you think you have to be the celebrity or the professional athlete to have that. But there are people, I was just talking with some of your other guests who are coming on later talking about mentoring. They're talking specifically about another topic where they're a mentor, but you can find mentors for pay or on a volunteer basis that will help you do many things that are the precursors to what's next in a path toward financial security.
Wow.
And I think they are out there, and it's as simple as asking for referrals from friends and loved ones, because we would be surprised to know the number of places our friends and loved ones have turned to for life advice even before wealth advice.
Okay, let's talk about once we have some wealth.
Sure.
How to make sure we aren't taken advantage of, some of the things to look out for.
Well, and in general, when someone talks about special access or insight, if they say that they have special access or insight that no one else or no other firm offers, be very, very skeptical and dare I say, run away from that sort of advice. They're either not being candid or they're not being precise in their speech. I think one of the ways that you can always screen people in our industry is ask, are you a fiduciary? And if you don't know what fiduciary is, that's another good word for a search engine, F-I-D-U-C-I-A-R-Y. That means their interests come before, the client's interests come before theirs, always. And that often means you have lower cost from a fiduciary manager. It also means they're not selling you proprietary products that are branded with their firm's name.
Right. They're looking out for your best interest as a customer. Well, this is great advice. We need to hear more.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.